Coach, do you have an opening statement, or you just want to take questions?
I'll take questions. How's everybody doing today? Good, great, man. Beautiful.
All right, obviously you and the team are moving on to the next game, but certainly there's many fans and many in the community that want to linger in the afterglow of Saturday. How do you get the team focused on that and not on pep rallies that were 45 minutes ago?
Just that. I mean, it was 45 minutes ago. We had that discussion on Sunday. Exactly what it is. I mean, it's a great win for our community. It's a big rivalry that our school takes very seriously and our community takes very seriously. But we still have the meat of our schedule that we have to play. And the MAC is always, every week is tough. And we've got another opponent that we have to get ready for here. And hopefully we can use that same momentum and excitement and joy that we shared on last Saturday, and bring it to this game that's coming up against Central Michigan. So this is a part of the deal, and we understand it. We know what we have to do. We've got to get better. We're very fortunate to walk away with a victory, but on paper, we got outplayed. And we've got to figure out ways where we can get better on all three phases. And we got to be able to score points. We got to be able to stop teams. We need to stop them. And that's it. I mean, we've got to find a way to get better each and every week. So there's definitely room for improvement.
As you mentioned, on paper, you guys got beat. I don't know if you're into analytics as much as some other coaches, but if you look at it analytically, how did you guys win that game?
We made some plays. I mean, I think it was obvious, We won the turnover battle. We didn't give up big explosives. Once our defense settled down in the first half, we were able to muster some drives together. Offensively, it was inept at times. It didn't look like we were going to get a yard, but we were able to put a few drives together. We hit on a couple of big plays, and certainly the big play before halftime was huge for us to cut that lead down to a 2-score game, and we were able to settle down and say, hey, we just got to come back out and live what we preach every day in terms of our culture, our ethos, and so forth. And we were able to make plays and create turnovers, and we did just that. So, and I'll say this too. The crowd had a big part in that. When you have a crowd behind you and they can build off of that energy, the kids feed off of that energy, the coaches feed off of that energy, and it shifted the momentum tremendously in the second half. I thought we were going to give up, another 21 points to that offense, but our defense made some plays, and they didn't give up a score at all in the second half. We shut them out in the second half. A very, very good offensive unit. So really pleased of how we responded collectively, didn't panic. We stayed the course. We continued to believe, and the ball bounced our way in the second half.
Speaking of defense, Gideon Lampron, the MAC Defensive Player of the Week. What have you seen from him this season? What did you see from him specifically Saturday in that win?
Saturday, looking at the first half, he wasn't very good. He wasn't a good player at all. His eyes were everywhere. He was undisciplined, didn't make the right fits. There were some things that he could have done better. But again, he settled down and just relaxed and allowed the game to come to him, and made some big plays for us. And had tackles for loss and showed up. It was just pretty much an eraser throughout the whole deal. And Gideon's been that way since he's been here. I really felt good about our linebacking room. Certainly with Pringle, with him in there, it was a really good duo. But Caden Marshall's coming along as well, and Coach Joe Bowden does a phenomenal job with getting those guys prepared, no matter who's stepping in. We believe in the power of the unit and making sure that each and every guy is ready to step in. So Gideon, again, he is now the captain of our defense, the middle linebacker, making the calls, the quarterback of our defense, and he's just done a phenomenal job.
Speaking of quarterback, where are you at quarterback going forward with Drew Pine's injury and the way Lucian played? Lucian has to get better. First start, understand the situation. It wasn't a game plan where we could unfold our entire
deal. We had to really play to his strengths and try to limit the amount of mistakes that could have been made, just to keep his confidence and to keep everything going. And he did a phenomenal job. What we didn't do well was support him in terms of an efficient run game. We were hoping that we would get more yards out of our run game, especially on first and second down, so he can then have a decision to say, hey, we can either throw it or run it, kind of take the game out of his hands a little bit. But they were emphatic on stopping the run. They had 9 men, 10 men in the box at times, and they were going to say, hey, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us by throwing it. So we had to stretch the field a little bit, take some deep shots, and got some fortunate calls for us. And we were able to capitalize on those. So when it counted, he made some big-time throws. The fade down here to Joshua Harris, and then to Kadarius, another big play. So he's coming along. So his eyes are going to settle, and he's got to get better this week. There were some missed opportunities where, there were some reads that he shouldn't have handed it off, or he shouldn't have handed off the ball, shouldn't have thrown it. So he's got to grow in that capacity. So we'll see. And Drew is day to day still. We're still not clear on his status, but over the next couple of days we'll find out and we'll know.
The T's are still crossed out on campus for now. What was the was that something that you came up with? Was that something?
No, I had nothing to do with that at all. That was more of I don't got time for that, man. I mean, it's cute. It's something that Ohio State did. Certainly with our big game against the team up north. But I can't get caught into that trivial stuff, and it's fun for the rivalry. But that's something our marketing team came up with. I wish I came up with an idea. I got to focus on, getting my quarterback ready and this team ready to play against some really good football teams.
Yeah. Central Michigan, another first-year head coach. What do you make of them as an opponent?
A formidable opponent. I mean, they're very tough, well coached. He has a background, comes from coached at West Point, an Army, so they're going to come in very disciplined. This is a team that you got to be mindful of. You look at the MAC. I think it was Ohio that we played 2 weeks ago. They beat us, and then they lost to Ball State the following week. And so on any given Saturday, somebody can be beat, and it's not. And that's what you have to be prepared for. Yes, we beat Toledo, great. Next up, we've got to come with the same intensity, the same passion, and turn it up a notch, because this is October football. This is bloody October. This is the moving point, and it sets it up for November when you got to win championships. Can you close the deal? So we've got work to do. We're by no means we're a finished product. We haven't even scratched the surface on what we can do as an offense, as a defense. We're still talking about the same things over and over again. And once we begin to close the gap on those things, we can be a pretty good football team. We just have to be more consistent, and that's what I'm focused on.
There's a lot of folks wanted to know what the Eddie George speech was at halftime to turn the table like that. But in talking with the defensive players, I think Coach Fisher played a big part in that as well,
Yeah.
didn't he? The defensive coordinator getting ready for the second half. He said they were playing for him and for each other in the second half. He must have had quite a speech to him as well.
No, I didn't say much at all, honestly. I think because when in those moments, it's not a win for the Gipper moment. I think it's what we preach every day. What's been established since I got here in the spring has been talked about, and I just kind of reinforced that message. Fish did a great job of getting their guys settled, telling them to get out their feelings, to play ball, to get violent knockback, and it was for me to say, hey, let's go out here and take it one play at a time. Focus on winning one battle, one play, one moment at a time, and take it to them and empty your clip. So that was it. It was nothing grandiose. It was nothing flowery. It was nothing like the Al Pacino speech. Hey, in those moments, speeches don't win you games. The inspiration does. So you have to remind these kids that, hey, trust your training. Trust you're ready for this moment. Trust the brotherhood, because that's what it comes down to. Trust the culture, because culture and toughness wins those types of games. And those kids believed in it, and they found a way to win, the ugly way. And that was it.
Being a part of some huge wins in your career as a player, how was the emotion different as a coach? It seemed like you were a little emotional when you got in the post-game press conference there after you witnessed how the community embraced that win.
I was excited for the kids and how they fought for each other. I watched the team really grow in that capacity. Listen, during the course of a season, you're going to get tested. You may have a big lead. You may have to hold on to that lead. You may be behind. You're going to go through the ebbs and flows of a season, and it's how you respond in those moments. That's what matters. So we found out who we were a little bit, this past week, and to see them really embrace and live what we're talking about, living the standard in such a short period of time, is pretty phenomenal. And kudos to them. They really have taken every word that we preach, that we talk about every single day, and are not buying in. They've taken ownership of that. And that's a big difference. We talk about buying in. Buying in is a rental mentality. If you rent a car, you're not going to treat it with the same care if you own it. If you own it, you're going to get the oil changed on time. You're going to wash it. You're going to keep it clean. You're going to do everything you can to maintain it. So these kids are treating this program like that because it's their blood, their sweat, their tears, and we grind like that. We think that like that, and we live it. We breathe it. It's not just words on a wall. It's not something that we visit every now and again. It's something that we talk about every single day, every single moment you walk in this building. So they've embraced it, and we're going to continue to grow in that capacity.
Coach, looks like Central Michigan, real physicality is sort of their calling card. They run the ball way more than they throw the ball, which is very unusual in today's game. Talk about their physicality, what you've seen from them in preparation.
It's just that. They're very physical, and this conference is physical, and that's something that we believe as well. We have to be a physical ball club to win ball games. That's the first brick that's laid. I believe that you have to be able to run the football to win in this league, and that's how they're built. So we expect a physical matchup, and we're just going to have to go out there and put our best foot forward.
They use two quarterbacks. Looks like the one's kind of the runner, one's the passer, but you have to be wary of them switching that up. But give me your evaluation on the two different quarterback styles.
Well, I just got my eyes on them. One is a thrower, one is more of a runner, like you talked about. They use them in different situations. Really hadn't gotten a true beat on their tendencies just yet. They both run it effectively. You're going to see quarterback run game. You're going to see them, line up and run A-gap power, come downhill a little bit. They mix it up a lot, but we got to be conscious to have a game plan for both of them.
Any more questions? All right, I have one, Coach. What's your message to fans and students to come back after such a big game?
Let's keep the party going. Let's keep the momentum going. I think it was awesome to see a packed house here at the Doit on a game like that, and a great day. It was beautiful outside, and they were the reason why we were able to make that comeback. It was no question in my mind no doubt about that at all. I played and coached in front of stands where there's maybe 4 or 5 people in the stands, and you got to generate your own energy, and it's a little bit, is a big difference when you have 24,000 fans supporting you and screaming for you and urging you on. That's when you're playing for something greater than yourself, and that's a wonderful feeling. So come on out, let's keep the party going and keep the momentum going in the right direction.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll have players here shortly.